Hello everyone, today I'm share about 9 super popular design trends that bring more hassle than good. 9 super popular design trends that bring more hassle than good before starting a renovation. We tend to learn about various interior design schemes online. We all like perfect pics that show things like light walls, unusual design solutions, and brave modifications. But unfortunately, many of us forget that people actually live in these apartments and don't just take photos of them. Thus, it might be useful to remember that while black facades in the kitchen look great, they get dirty faster than other colors. We at Brightside studied examples of modern design and selected several solutions that look good in pictures, but bring about a lot of trouble in everyday life. Smooth and glossy hardware in the kitchen. Elements of kitchen furniture made from glossy stainless steel look perfect in photos. The brilliant china fruit handles, microwave ovens, and other items literally capture our gaze. However, everything is much more prosaic in everyday life, because dirt tends to accumulate on metal surfaces extremely fast. Once you open a fridge with a wet hand, the handle gets covered with stains. Traces of grease on the handles and sides of the microwave oven have to be cleaned quite regularly, while steel countertops get covered with scratches extremely fast. In order to ease the cleaning process, you'd better opt for mat furniture, hardware, and appliances. A pallet bed on one hand. A pallet bed is a stylish, eco-friendly, and cheap option. It can be made with your own 2 hands. It looks unusual and attracts attention, as people want to take photos of it. However, such beds do have drawbacks. First of all, unprocessed wooden pallets have a porous structure and attract a lot of dust. Secondly, the way these pallets were used before plays a tremendous role, since there's a chance they have been used on dirty jobs and thus can be infected with toxic or harmful substances. Instead of pallets, you can buy a regular wooden bed. Clothing racks instead of a closet. Social networks are full of photos of people who use a special open rack for hanging clothes instead of a typical closet. It can be aesthetically pleasing, especially when clothes correspond to the interior of the room. However, in real life, such a rack becomes messy quite fast because we hang clothes inaccurately while in a hurry, or simply place them over the hanger. So, if you're not sure if you'll be able to keep things in order on a regular basis, you'd better go for a classic closet. A projector instead of a TV set. Items from the past, such as vinyl discs and Polaroid cameras, keep returning to our lives every now and then. Projectors are currently gaining popularity as well. They are bought in place of TV sets, because it's believed that you will seemingly be experiencing other feelings while watching movies on the projector. It will make the room feel cozier as well. However, projectors have a bunch of disadvantages. First of all, you need a special screen or at least a light wall for it. Secondly, it's quite difficult to watch something during the daytime because of too much light. It means you'll need to buy blackout curtains. Also, it's necessary to buy accessories for the projector. All in all, its maintenance and service will cost more than a TV set. Black furniture pieces. A completely black kitchen or separate elements in black look showy and expensive. However, in everyday life, black pieces bring many issues and require special care. For example, hard water can leave stains on the furniture, which the owners will have to wipe with a rag tediously and for a long time. Also, black facades, no matter if they're matte or glossy, can visually make the room look heavier, especially if in a small space. That's why if you have doubts about whether you should buy a black kitchen or not, you'd better opt for light shades. Fireplace. Undoubtedly, a fireplace is a focal point on cozy Christmas evenings, as we've seen in movies. But unfortunately, the reality is a bit different from the picture. A fireplace has numerous drawbacks. First of all, an open fire is hazardous. In addition, it requires maintenance, as it's necessary to clean ash, prepare firewood, and monitor the flames. The ventilation system in the house also must be thought out, otherwise, the smell of burning wood will spread throughout the house when ignited. Last but not least, a fireplace is not a cheap pleasure. Instead of the classic option of a fireplace, you can go for a more affordable and secure option called a bio-fireplace. The tall faucet in the kitchen oftentimes, interior designers try to place furniture in a room organically. Sometimes, they try to compensate for a small sink bowl with a high faucet, especially in small apartments. On one hand, it's comfortable, you can always wash a big pot or jar. However, some owners of such faucets encounter the issue of water coming from the faucet and ending up on all surrounding surfaces. Water from such a faucet can splatter on everything around that countertop, and if it's a cheap one, it might actually start to spoil due to excess humidity. That's why you should try to keep the golden middle when renovating your kitchen. Go for a sink basin of a moderate depth and a faucet of an optimal height. Brick walls, as the loft style is getting more and more popular, many designers have started to use brickwork in their interiors. At first glance, it might seem to be an ideal solution because the brick is a solid, long-lasting, and eco-friendly material. But bricks in the interior have their negative nuances as well. First of all, it has a porous structure, which can contribute to the appearance of mold. Also, thanks to its structure, such a wall becomes a magnet for dirt and dust. That's why, in order to avoid unnecessary hassles, you should go for more classic options for your walls. Open shelves next to the stove, hood, and sink. A trend of recent years is open storage, which is when items are kept on shelves instead of closed cabinets. However, open storage is not the best idea for a kitchen. First of all, the surface accumulates dust, which means you'll have to rinse a cup every time you want to pour some tea into it. Secondly, it's better not to place open shelves next to the stove, hood, or sink, which are considered to be the dirtiest places in the kitchen. The dishes and shelves will constantly get covered with grease. You can try installing transparent cabinets instead of open shelves. Which new design tendencies, in your opinion, add more inconveniences than ease?